Hello! Welcome to my latest video. Today I'm going to be going over gear that I haven't gone over yet because they've been new acquisitions. Some changes, some I just picked up with like cards from Christmas and other things. And I don't even know if I'm looking directly at the camera because I don't have my glasses on. How do you like my new, I think it's called a balaclava? Balaclava. I will never be cold. My face will never be cold again. Hello again. Okay, serious start. I wanted to do a video with the bits of gear that I didn't have last time I did my full gear video, and just little things to flesh out everything I'm bringing. This was an addition after the last camp out. I was looking for stuff to keep my face warm, and this is it actually was pretty cheap and lightweight. It squishes my nose a little bit, but you know. But it has like a little vent here so you can actually wear it while hiking, and you're not supposed to fog up your glasses, but I don't know if I'll wear it while hiking, but sleeping, absolutely. So that's the first thing I got. I want to go over all of the stuff that I've gotten. Just, it's nothing really exciting, nothing really expensive, but I know that some people who might be going next year or in the future might be interested to see what, you know, a fully fleshed out, you know, gear is. And this is just little bits and bobs. I'm not going to pull the food items that I've gotten. I've been looking for food deals and finding them here and there. But I did pull a few things out, like, well, you'll see in a second. So let's get to it because there's a lot of little things. We'll start with some of the food stuff, kind of. The consumables. This is electrolyte solution. Not too much sugar. It's one of the better ones, but it's for those days in the desert where you're drinking a lot of water and sweating it out too much, and it avoids cramps and other things. So this is a good electrolyte replenishment thing. And related to that, I've heard a lot of good things about this. Don't know if it'll do any good, but it might just be the same as that. But this is for elevation electrolyte replacement. So probably ship it to myself at Kennedy Meadows and then just use it throughout the Sierra. And hopefully that'll help me. I don't know if I suffer from altitude sickness, but I know it can hit people who have never suffered from it before. So just in case, any little help can't hurt, right? Let's do water treatment. I got some backup water treatment just in case my Sawyer fails or freezes. I've got some electronics. This is a dual USB drive. When I got my Samsung S9, my phone that I'm recording with right now, it has a different charging connector, and I did have some USB to Android connectors. This is basically a flash drive. It's a backup flash drive. This one has 64 gigabytes. So instead of deleting all my raw data after I upload a video, I can actually save some of it on one of these sticks. I've got 2 of these. This is my latest one. Probably won't pick up any more than that. I've picked up a package of the OpSacs. We'll definitely need more, but these are kind of pricey, so I've got to decide if I'm going to do a hybrid of this and the cheap Ziplocs. I haven't decided yet. I picked up one of these quite a while ago. Jay Wu gave me this idea with his resupply packages that he sent himself in the large flat rate box. He put stickers of puppy paws on it. So if someone said, I can't find I'm having trouble finding your box, sorry, at the post office, he said, look for the one with the dog prints on it. I bought some with kitty cats on it. Appropriate. So he approves, it is Pip approved. So my boxes will have kitty cats all over. Easier to spot for the people. I actually tore a hole in the bottom of my tent, I think the last time I used it. I don't know if it happened while I was dragging it or something got in there. It looks like it happened from the inside, so it might have been something I was laying on top of and I was unaware of it. But there's a little hole, and I'm like, oh great, fine. I've camped with it 7 times and it already has a hole on the bottom, but I picked up a pair of the repair patches, the tenacious tape, so I'm going to do that, if not today, later on this weekend, and patch that up so it's ready to go for the hike. Duct tape. Nice and bright. This will be around my trekking poles, and I'll use them as needed. Probably, maybe have Tammy ship the rest of it at some point during the trail. We'll see. KT tape. I'm not going to bring this whole thing. These come in like pre-cut strips. So like the first day of the trail, I might bring 1 or 2, maybe probably just 1 applications, maybe 2, because this is pretty heavy. I may not even need it. It'd be great if I didn't need it, but this is a wonderful thing to have if you are having trouble with your feet or your knees. After 2 weeks, when I hit the Paradise Valley Cafe, I'm close enough to go home. I'm going to go home for a couple of 0 days. So if I need more, I can just throw more in my pack or kind of, mail myself more along up the trail. This is not new. This is my tights that I sleep in. I have bought, many people said you should pick up something called Cuddle Duds when I was complaining about being a little bit cold last time I camped. So I picked those up, and they're pretty thick fleece thermals. I tried them out, so they're dirty right now. I haven't washed them yet, so I can't show them to you, but they're the loudest print possible. I had to go for that. The loudest print. It's awesome. But I like those. I may or may not start with them in the desert. If it's forecast to be really cold, I'll do it. If it's not forecast to be cold, I won't use them until Kennedy Meadows. Regardless, I'll probably hike the first 2 weeks with them if it is cold. Have Tammy keep them and then ship them to me at Kennedy Meadows for use in up at the Sierra and possibly Washington. I'll mail them to myself if that's the case, though. More tape. And I apologize. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm still jazzed, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. Leuco tape, a must-have for any thru hiker. Enough said. I don't know how much to bring. That's pretty heavy too, and I don't think you can cut strips and wrap it around something. I don't know if it keeps its tackiness. I don't know. I picked up some of these. I just wanted the silver one, but they don't come by itself. This is for actually writing my name on certain items of gear, like my Garmin Explorer, my charging banks and stuff like that. I've seen people do that, and it's smart. This way, if it gets lost, it has your name on it, and hopefully it will get returned to you. I mentioned in my last video, I seem to have lost my my sun gloves. I still haven't found them. I've looked in odd places, but I still have not found them. So, since they're not too expensive, I went ahead and bought a new pair, but this time I got the really bright lime green. So if it's lost, I'll be able to find this in the dark somewhere. So if I do find my gray ones, then fine, I'll start with those, and if they fall apart, because they are pretty, they feel frail, but they haven't fallen apart yet, I'll just have a second pair ready to send to myself if I need to. It's like Christmas. Random first aid item. Sting wipes. For mile 200 if those bees are still around. This is an Anchor charger with the quick charge. It's a brick and it's heavy, but I know I can charge 2 things at once, and it's a necessary item, unfortunately, even with the weight. It's just the way it is. I have some Body Glide for her. Anti-chafe. Hopefully avoid certain things. I've got more than one of these, but you always need a carabiner. And things are falling. Oh, it's magic oil. That's all I'm going to say. And I also picked up one of these. I already have a 10,000 milliamp anchor, but I realized that I have more chargeable items than when I first built my gear list a year and a half ago. Like the Garmin's chart, it doesn't take batteries, you have to charge it. The new brighter and lighter headlamp that I have, the Bindi, is a recharge one. It does not take battery. So I was worried that my 10,000 milliamp might not be enough, because I'm also charging the phone, which is my main camera, and then I'm also charging a GoPro, which is my backup. So I bit the... It wasn't too expensive, but what killed me was moving up in the ounces. But I'm like, you know what? 3 or 4 more ounces is worth it. So it's a 13 milliamp Anchor charger. And then if it poops out, I've got the 10,000 I can send to myself too. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. I also forgot a couple of things. I bought some extra paracord just in case I need it for my tent. Probably could use it for hanging the bag too, but I don't know how to do that, so we'll see. And camp shoes. These are not water crossing shoes. I've tried, it doesn't end up well. But they're OFOs. They're more for recovery. I finally got the size that is appropriate for me. I had up here before, but they were way too big. So these things are awesome. They feel like heaven on your feet after a long day of hiking or walking. So these are my camp shoes. Those are coming as well. Okay, so on to the good news. Today is January 15th, and I got my start date. Yes! The neighbors probably thought something was wrong the way I yelled after I got my start date, but it was so awesome. A couple of weeks ago, I had called the PCTA. There's a number you can call regarding permits, and what I was worried about in November, when you got onto the system, if you clicked, there's two choices. There's apply and there's modify, and if you clicked on modify, it wouldn't let you in. It'd come back with a message saying this is not open right now. You have to apply. I'm like, oh, what is it gonna look like in January? So I called them and asked them. I'm like, is that gonna be available? Because I have a start date. It's mid-March. I'm not happy with it. I want to change it, but I know you're not supposed to apply for 2 permits. And do I risk it? Do I cancel and then just try to get a new one, or do I go in and modify and just pick whatever date's open? She goes, that's exactly what you do. And she walked me through it, and I'm like, okay. So I kind of knew what to expect. So you log in at 10 a.m. and you have to wait till 10:30 until everything comes up. And I apologize, I didn't record it. I was a little bit too stressed out. So I really, really wanted to change the date. And I had it open on this computer. I had it open on another computer over there. And when 10:30 rolled around, I swear to God, I'm so unlucky. This queue came up at over 1,000 people in front of me. That one was literally like 3,500. I'm like, I'm not going to get to be able to change my date. It was terrible. I was so upset. But I stuck around, obviously, and waited and waited. And when it dropped down to like the 400 or 500s, it started going really quick. I don't know if people were doing multiple computers and canceling out, or what was going on, but it finally was my turn. I went to modify, which is the second one, and as soon as I went in there, I was like, every single date in April was still available. March 2, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So I clicked, the date I wanted, and read everything because I wanted to make sure I was doing everything properly. I did tweak my end date a little bit, but not much. And hit submit, and it's like, bam, thank you, done. I'm like, what? Yes, I got my date. So I'm a happy camper. I eventually, when that one went on, I just peaked, and I'm like, half of April was gone already. So I mean, that was a big difference. So even though I had a bad queue number, I did okay. I will say that this worked pretty well. It feels unfair because you're in queue and waiting, and then you get this terrible number, and you're like, come on, give me a break here. But there's just so many people applying for a permit. It's so wacky. But last year, I looked last year because I wanted to see what it looked like. They didn't have this queue-it system, and everybody was trying to hit the website at the same time, and it crashed their server. So if you were lucky enough to get on and get a permit before it crashed, fantastic. But then it was down, and then you couldn't do anything. So I understand as an IT person, because I work in IT, that the queue-it system works for them because it's limiting X amount of people onto their server at the same time, so it doesn't crash. You just gotta wait to get in there, and you're like nail biting, hoping you get your date. So, but kudos PCTA for making the change, and I can't wait to see you out there in April. Yes, yes. Right, Pin? Yes. Might have to cut that out. I don't know. Anyways, you guys have a great week, and I will see you later.